Welcome, everyone, and to our class this evening, our beginner basics. And tonight we're just going to go over our kit and the oils and some testimonies and tips and secrets that we love to use and how we like to use them. My name's Heather Portwood, and I've been using oils for 11 years now. And before getting started with essential oils, I was not natural, crunchy at all. We ate tons of ramen and all the GMOs and everything, But I just found myself with our 2-year-old at the time who really struggled with allergies and asthma. And so we had been to allergy specialists, pediatric pulmonologists here in the city, and I just found myself kind of at a desperate place because there wasn't anything addressed other than the meds, and like diet and nutrition wasn't addressed at all. And so I had found myself being run on a schedule of nebulizer treatments and inhalers and Singulair and Nasonex and checking the pollen count every morning. And so a friend of mine had just randomly brought up oils, and she said, "Why don't you try peppermint?" She gave me like a half a bottle of peppermint and for me to try, showed me how to apply them, where to apply them. And so our first experience using them was him starting to wheeze, and I put the oils on him real quick where she showed me. Then I went to the kitchen to get his treatment ready and all of that. And by the time I'd gotten from the kitchen after doing that back to the couch, he was done wheezing. He was just out of that distress mode. And I just remember sitting there like, you've got to be kidding me, like peppermint. So that started our journey with essential oils. And for me personally, it's been mainly for emotional support, and we've just incorporated them into our lifestyle, and I'm just so ever thankful for them. So that is our story. What about you, Nikki?
Yep. So my name's Nikki Shoemaker, and I live with my family in Kansas City. We have 2 girls, and we have been using oils for about 6.5 years. We found out about them because we were in a very similar situation as Heather. My youngest at the time was 3, and she was dealing with, we had a nebulizer. We were using albuterol. She had really bad eczema to the point where she would scratch and bleed in the middle of the night. And we were just on that vicious cycle of ear infections and strep throat, and both my girls had bronchitis, like just that sick cycle. I had my pediatrician's number on speed dial. Great guy. I just did not want to know him that well. And so I was open to something different. I was open to it. And that, I think, is one of the biggest things with any type of alternative type of healthcare. You have to be able to be open to it, to be able to receive the information. And so I was ready. And so I found out about using oils from a friend of mine at church. And she basically walked me through, because I knew nothing. I knew nothing about oils. Like, it was not like it was something I grew up with, but she walked me through how she was using them with her boys. And we literally did the exact same thing. And at the very first sign of any type of respiratory thing, and with Abby, it was usually around 2 or 3 in the morning, and we would hear her start going like cough, 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 cough. And normally we would have to do the albuterol, which would take about 45 minutes. And then she would take about 30 to 40 minutes just to come down from that steroid. And then I would have to get ready for work in the morning, and I was exhausted, and it was just this really hard cycle. So the first night I had told Phil, I was like, okay, let's just give this a try and see if applying the oils for the first, few minutes will help, because we had the nebulizer ready. And so I dropped the oils along the spine. For her top ones were RC, cedarwood, and peppermint. I dropped it along the spine. I had the diffuser going, applied it to her feet. And Angie had told me, she's like, Nikki, you might need to do this multiple times. That's called layering. It's not a big deal. So I did that I did that once. I just kind of spread it along her spine, did it on her feet, and I could literally hear her breathing starting to calm down. So I did that another time after about 5 to 10 more minutes. I could literally hear it getting better. And so I told myself, I'm just going to try it a third time. By the third time, it had taken 15 minutes and she was back asleep. And I did this over the course of a year, right? And it was just like, it just kept working. And we were just like, okay, this is amazing. So the albuterol and the nebulizer that used to be in our living room was put in the closet and it was replaced with diffusers. And so we slowly just started, using more diffusers, and it very similar story with Heather. Like, we just started realizing the chemicals that are in our home, and we're going to share about that tonight and how that triggers our bodies. So it has totally transformed the way that we take care of our family. Me personally, it's helped me with hormones and adrenal health, and just really kind of like the women issues. It's helped me a ton. So anyway, that's where I'm at. And Heather and I just really love teaching. We love educating and giving people resources to be able to take care of themselves. So we're so glad you're here tonight.
Awesome, Nikki. Thank you. Hey, Brady, do you want to share your story?
Sure. Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm Brady Mavrolis, and I have been using oils for in a few weeks, it'll be 2 full years that I've been every single day and night just oiling it up. I have 3 kiddos. Much like them, I was looking for something in the very beginning to help my family. So my oldest had started Mother's Day out, and I had realized that every time she went, it was supposed to be 2 days a week. She would go the first day. By the second day that she was supposed to have Mother's Day out, she was not feeling well. She brought home everything that all the little friends had at school, and it was just trickling its way through our family. So by the time that the last one of us was feeling better, then she would bring home something else again. And I didn't know. Luckily I was at home, and so I didn't know how other people were able to work and take care of their kids that were going through this. It was just something all the time. So at that point I had 2 kiddos, and we were making trips to the doctor's office. Like Nikki said, I love my pediatrician, but we were emailing back and forth. We were taking the kiddos there, and we kept getting either medicine that we were taking the same medicine over and over again and it wasn't working, or they were just saying, it has to run its course. This is normal. Like, this is just, everybody's going through this. And I just kept thinking to myself that there has to be a better way. It can't be that everyone is going through this and they're just okay with it, because I wasn't okay with it. Our youngest daughter at the time, she was almost 2 and had never slept through the night ever, and I was tired. And so not only were we all exhausted, but everyone was sick. And so I can just remember talking to a neighbor about it. Her name is Lisa, and she said, have you ever tried essential oils? And I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to get out of this? Like, this is not where I want this conversation to go. So I wanted to roll my eyes, but I didn't. And I just said, no, but honestly, I'll try anything. Anything. So she said, there's this thing called the starter kit. We'll get you set up. It has a diffuser. Anybody can use it. And so I got my kit and I started using them. And I realized my husband was very into it, and he was 100% giving it credit. And I was slower than he was, but it worked every time we used it. And it was something that eventually I just could not, I couldn't just not give it credit. So as I started using things for different things outside of the kit, and then not just for physical things, it really started helping our family, me especially emotionally, helped hormones wise. It was helping us sleep better. There was just countless things that it was helping. And I definitely wanted to tell other people, and I was super glad that my friend helped us with something. We actually saw our secretary for our pediatrician, and she told my husband that, we don't see you anymore. What happened? And he said, oh, we're using oils now. And she uses Young Living. And she said, I wondered if that was what it was. So it's really funny that somebody was so used to seeing our family, knew our voices when we called. They would say, hey, Kobe, that's my husband's name. They knew us, and no longer did we have to do that. So now they see us whenever we go in and out, and they, we're healthy, and everything is so much different now. And I really just feel super empowered. And I did not feel that before when I was calling our doctor the time. So that's our story. I am blown away still to this day. Whenever it does things, I just think to myself how incredible the tools are that we have found. And I'm glad I get to share that with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Brady.
Yeah.
How about you, Rachel? Do you have time to share your story? She might be in baby mode right now, so we'll wait a second.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if anyone can see me, but
I can't see.
Okay. Is that okay? I'm nursing.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
She's just happy as a clam, just not sleeping. Okay, so I got my first starter kit about 5 years ago. I am a yoga teacher, and just some girls at the studio were talking about it. And so I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And I literally just went to the Young Living website and just ordered my starter kit without a referral. And I used it, but it wasn't out where I saw it daily. So it wasn't a consistent thing. And then fast forward about 2.5 years, and I had then a 19-month-old who had not slept through the night, and I was exhausted. I was also having a lot of postpartum issues with my hormones and emotions. And so I got another one, and I got connected through a friend with Heather and started just kind of diving in and went down the rabbit hole of what they could do for our family. And we got Mondo sleeping well and consistently. And also kind of at the same time, coincidentally, like he was in a Mother's Day out, and we weren't having to make trips to the doctor anymore. And then I started working on my hormones and emotions and got out of just the rut that I was in and not happy. And then again, fast forward to about 6 months ago, I had another baby, and Cora, she's not really had any issues. She's been around lots of people, but we haven't had any trips to the doctor. And Mondo is in preschool, and so he brings home, lots of things, but we don't get passed around. If he does come, home with anything, it's cleared up within a couple of hours or half a day. And then I had 0 issues with any postpartum after she was born, because I was just really consistent with my oil use throughout my pregnancy. And then once she was born, back on some of the oils that I used to help me just stay happy. So we love them and use them, and they're out. That was a big thing for me, was just having them out to use them consistently.
Mm-hmm. That's a hallelujah right there.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Awesome, Rachel. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to move on to the part of the chemical exposure that most of us deal with before we're aware of these things. And again, there's no judgment here. We've all been on this journey, and we're on it together, and we want to be here to help you and empower you the best way we can. So we're going to go through some of the top main chemicals that I know for me, one of the learning curves, or kind of the more challenging parts of this more natural lifestyle, was reading labels and just really making myself aware of these words that no one can pronounce, yet they're on the back of all of our products that we bring in our homes, and so just making myself aware of those things. We're going to go over a couple of those. So typically on the backs of your lotions, your shampoos and conditioners, soaps, laundry, dishwashing detergent, pretty much all of the things that we as women are responsible for buying and bringing in our home, these are some of the ingredients. So there's ammonium, sodium lauryl sulfate, propylene glycol, There's also a dithionolamine, which is in the abbreviation is DEA. And that is also on a lot of the on the back ingredients. And what these are what we call carcinogens. And they are actually cancer-causing chemicals that are in these products. And so they're in over 600 cosmetics and personal care products. And this is really if you learn the concept of, statistically how the cancer rates have risen, really even more within the last 12 years, 10 to 12 years. And so it starts from, our cleaning products, cleaning the floors, and then our babies crawling on the floors, with their hands, and then their hands are in their mouths. Same thing with like our detergent that we put in our cleaning our dishes. That's got those chemicals on there that leach and they stick to our utensils and things, and then we're eating with them, and then we're cleaning our kitchen tables off with these chemicals, and then we're eating off of them. So it's that whole cycle, and that ongoing process that just kind of, those toxins get built up in our bodies and can keep our immune systems from working properly. They end up storing in our cells and in our blood and all sorts of things like that. So really being aware of these things and getting these toxins out of our home, especially I know for like me and for Nikki, our main issue when we started was a respiratory problem. So once we removed a lot of the triggers, then it just was like a night and day difference. So besides the things that we can't control, like the pollen and things like that, the candles and the air fresheners and the bleach and the Clorox wipes. So removing all of those things. And that's what's so amazing also about Young Living, and we'll probably bring it up a couple of times tonight, is our Essential Rewards program, which is our monthly wellness box that we all like to sign up to order our favorite products every single month. And Young Living has cleaning products. They have dish soap, laundry soap. We have toothpaste, makeup. So pretty much a lot of us have just done the easy way and transitioned to everything that we would buy from Target and CVS and just go into ordering from Young Living. And we also, with using that program, you can earn points, and it's an awesome way to earn free product each month. So you're buying from your own store and getting free stuff from your own store. So it's been a pretty easy transition that way. But just if you are more interested with the chemicals, there's a thing called, it's called Think Dirty, THINK, Think Dirty app. And it's just an app where you can scan products, or you can look up the different chemicals that you're reading about and learning about, and it will actually tell you like the level of toxicity that chemical has. So just, that we are aware that, especially, I know the majority of us on here are probably mamas, but just being really aware of what we use on our children, it's just really important, because if they have a whole life of being exposed to these toxins and chemicals, then the statistics are not great. But if we use what we know now and start removing those, then we've got a better chance.
Yeah. It's like body burden. That's what always makes me think of.
Yeah, for sure. So we are going to start going through the oils in our kit, and Nikki and I are just going to kind of take turns and let you know, first of all, when you get your kit, I'm sure most of you have yours, but if you don't, you get a diffuser that comes with it. It comes in this really pretty little box, and you get some samples of our Ninja Red drink, which is our antioxidant drink that we all love. We're all Ninja Red warriors. and drink that and try to get our families on that. So 2 ounces a day. It's really high in antioxidants. And then also what else comes with your kit is you get some other great, our hand purifier, which is amazing. Just even using it, the feel on your skin compared to other hand purifiers, and just it's not as harsh as the other hand purifiers, blah, blah. And then also our Thieves spray, which is also a sanitizing spray. So squirt the computer, squirt the doorknobs, the handles, toilet, all of those good things. The table at a restaurant, it's just good. So you can, if you don't have your hand purifier, you can spray your hand with it. So awesome stuff. And then you get 2 of our roller fitments. It's just a little roller ball that you can pop on top of your oil. And then, so instead of dripping the oil out, and we'll show you this, you can just kind of roll it on. So you get 2 of those. And then our kit comes with 12 oils.
Which is new.
Yeah, which is new.
They added an extra.
You get $400 worth of product for $165.
Yep.
So,
and as members, you can buy new kits. So like I buy at least 1 kit a year, sometimes more, just to like restock up on oils, because the kits are 50% off. So it's a great time to restock up on oils and to get another diffuser. And it's just a really, really good deal. So that's really nice.
All right, we're going to start with our first oil, which is peppermint. Again, we told you my story with Oliver with respiratory, but it is just great for things like headaches, any types of like tension, I don't know, aches, muscle aches. For me, when I have 6 babies, and I've had 3 since we've started using oils. And so this is great for things like heartburn, upset stomach. It's also really great for, I deal a lot more recently with some anxiety issues. And it's almost like I tell, and Oliver, who deals with respiratory stuff, we kind of say the same thing. It's almost like a mini oxygen tank, because just the way inhaling it and breathing it in is just, you can like tell the oxygenating components of the soil. So it is awesome. What about you? Have anything specific with peppermint?
Well, Heather taught me the thumb trick with headaches, so I'm just going to teach you guys. So you grab the peppermint and you take a drop, and then with a clean thumb, you rub it like this, and then you go right up against the roof of your mouth. And you just hold it up there, and I just close my eyes, and I just gently, keep it up against the roof of my mouth. And you can literally feel the oils going up inside of your brain. And so it really, really helps with just head tension. You can always do, rubbing on the outside, like your hairline of your temples, up on the very, very top. You just want to avoid your eyes. And then I usually do another drop and put it on my brain stem, which is right where your hair hits your neck. And then if I really need it, I'll put a drop right on the top of my head and then just rub it in so it doesn't like drip down into your eyes. But and sometimes you need to layer that again. So know that layering is a normal thing, and layering just means you might need to do it twice or 3 times, and that's totally fine. But I've seen that pull out people with migraines, like literally right in front of me. But for me, I don't deal with migraines, just general headaches occasionally and head tension, and usually it's because I need to drink more water. But anyway, the thumb trick, and just hold it and breathe and close your eyes and take some deep breaths.
And if you do get oil in your eye, just make sure it's not causing any type of damage, but it does burn. So you're going to want to use like some coconut oil, or we have a complex that we call V6, which is just a vegetable oil. And you're going to want to use that in your eyes instead of water, because water will make it burn a little bit more. So just be mindful of that. Our next oil is lemon, and peppermint is good too, like in your tea, in your water, putting a drop of it in there. A lot of us use oils that way. Just make sure that if you're putting it in your water, you're going to want to, use glass, stainless steel. Don't put it in your plastic water bottle or styrofoam Sonic cup, because it will eat right through there. So lemon is a really, really great oil. Again, in your water, drinking it. It is great for, it's what we call a petrochemical eater. So our petrochemicals are things like the styrofoam and the plastic water bottles, those types of just plastics. Plastics, not natural things that we drink and eat off of plastic forks and spoons. And so kind of what citrus oils help to do is they actually eat those petrochemicals up. And because we do store those in our fat cells and places like that. So any other diffusing? I love diffusing lemon, especially in my kitchen.
Yes. And lavender, lemon, and peppermint are the trio for right now for allergy season. So lavender, lemon, and peppermint. So diffusing, applying on your body a couple different times a day, and vegetable capsules. We haven't really talked about Vitality yet, but Vitality oils are the white labeled oils in your kit. They are labeled for internal consumption by the FDA, but they are the exact same oils as your regular bottles. So use them however you want. Our oils can be used internally, topically, or aromatically, and you can use them however you want. The white labeled bottles are labeled for internal consumption. But if you have a regular lemon in the 15 ml, you can still put it in your tea however you want. It's the same oil. So, but yeah, lemon's amazing for detoxifying, especially like the liver. I like to add extra lemon after the holidays when I've been like having extra fun drinks or extra, foods that aren't good for me. And I just do extra lemon to help flush out, flush all that out. So.
Yep. Good stuff.
Yes.
Our next one is Thieves, which I'm sure everybody loves Thieves.
I love the Thieves.
It is our number one prevention oil in our home. Everybody gets a drop on their chest before we leave the house, before we go into Target, before we're going into the gym or the nursery or wherever there's people. You use Thieves.
Wherever there's people.
Yes. Basically, the story, well, not story, but it's true, but the formula for Thieves was actually created back during the bubonic plague. And basically they would stuff all these spices and things in these masks because it killed the airborne pathogens so that they could, be around the people who had the plague and, rob the bodies and all that stuff. So it is very good at, for diffusing, like if anybody's sick at all, this goes in the diffuser and every diffuser in the house and just kind of runs a cycle or two. It's great. Again, hot tea. I love Thieves tea, especially if you're not feeling great. A drop of that in with some honey and lemon. It's super good.
Yep. Love the Thieves.
What's next? Citrus Fresh.
Yeah.
You got any good ones with that one, Nikki?
This one I love to drink and I love to diffuse. And with the citrus oils, I'm not sure if Heather said this or not, but they're photosensitive. So like I like to put Citrus Fresh or lemon on a zit if I have a zit, but I do it at nighttime. Because if you do it right, during the day and you go outside, it'll just basically attract the sun. So like citrus oils, especially lemon and Citrus Fresh, are really great for that. But during the day, I just add 2 to 3 cups. Like I'll fill this up, and then every time that I refill it, I just add another couple of drops. And my goal with water is to drink half my body weight in ounces a day. And I know that seems like a lot for some people, but it's totally doable. And it makes you feel so much better and your skin feels so much better. And so adding some oils like Citrus Fresh, grapefruit, orange, lemon, they just help you want to drink more water. So really, really great for just detoxifying.
Yeah, I go through seasons where I'm really, really good about that, and then I'm terrible, and I can always tell a difference when I'm drinking my water.
Right.
Our next oil is Digize, which this is your tummy's BFF. So like your tummy bugs, any type of upset stomach with nausea is just fantastic. If you've overeaten, if you've eaten something that just doesn't agree with you, you can apply topically, you can put in capsules, or you can even, put a couple of drops on your tongue. It's super, super handy for sure with Digize.
Yeah. And I've totally done it under my tongue, and then I just chase it with a drop of peppermint because it's really high in ginger. So the flavor is not the best, but you guys, it works so well, I don't even care. So like chasing it with a drop of peppermint just helps to kind of cut that high ginger. But in times of need, it's like, who cares? So yeah.
And then Raven is another great oil. This is super great for respiratory support. So any type of chest congestion, sinus congestion, coughing, wheezing, all those types of things, just super great. And just like Nikki's doing, just applying over the throat, on the chest. Another really great place to put this is on the back, like where the lungs are on the back. Putting a heating pad on there. On the bottom of the feet too is a really good place for the lung area. So it is super, super supportive.
Yep.
You have any other ones with that?
Raven just dropped along the spine. So like if you, your kiddo, your spouse is just having respiratory stuff, literally just dropping along the spine, and then you basically kind of fan it out, and then the oils just soak in. And just like Heather said, if you really need it to drive in, just put a heating pad or even just a really warmed up towel right out of the dryer right on, and then just kind of let that bake. And it just helps to drive those oils in. Oh, and peppermint's a driver oil. So if you were to put Raven on the spine, you can just follow it up with peppermint, and it'll help to just drive that oil in. So first this, then that.
Yep. Our next one is Valor, and I love Valor. You'll find that once you start using a lot of oils, you just you have like a certain ones that you just gravitate towards that are just like your babies. Yeah. And Valor would be one of that. Plus it smells amazing. But we like to call Valor the chiropractor in a bottle. And basically the reason for that is it just kind of helps. It was formulated to help, our central nervous system and like our muscular system and things like that. So if you apply it before or after you go to like a chiropractic treatment, it can actually help your adjustment to stick a little bit longer. And basically it just kind of, what it does, without going into all the science stuff, is just keeps the alignment is basically what it does. So we also liked, with the name of it being Valor, it's really great to help support emotions and feelings of courage. Yeah. So I know for me, whenever I first started doing classes or speaking in front of people, it was really helpful. And just in the morning, if you apply it to your shoulders and just kind of crisscross and just kind of put a couple drops in the palm of your hands and just putting it on top of your shoulders, it helps support your body in more ways than you can ever imagine. So with just alignment in general, with your emotions, it's a super great emotional oil. So it's very, very supportive. And again, once you use, another good tip that I like, once you do put your oil on, rub your hand together and just take a couple of seconds and just inhale it, because there's a lot going on up here in the limbic system of our brain that, oddly enough, some essential oils are the only thing that can really pass parts of our brain that, that we can use.
Yeah. Valor's a great one if you have kiddos that have any type of anxiety with school testing or just school or just things in general. You can get like leather diffuser bracelets for kiddos and just have that. You can put a roller ball. Valor's a great one for a roller ball, or to make a little roller in a separate container for kiddos. It's so empowering to teach kids how to, like, what oils that they need so that they can go and get them. And as they get older, to be able to teach them what they need, it's really awesome. So my girls will make their own rollers and will make their own little spray even to like spray in their rooms or on their pillows. So yeah, Valor's amazing.
And then our next one is Pan Away. Pan away, pan away, pan away. So this is kind of like all your aches. Just think of pain away. All your aches and pains. Wish it worked on people.
I know. Oh, yes. I love this one over my adrenals. Like, I have been craving it over my adrenals lately at nighttime. My lower back is just sore a lot. And just because I've got a lot going on right now. And so I will just literally give myself a back rub, or I'll have Phil just like rub my back with the Pan Away. It's got an oil in it called Heliochrysum, which is one of, like, Google it. It's one of the most healing essential oils. It's from Croatia, right?
Croatia.
And yep, in Portwood's been to that farm, so that's pretty amazing. But it's not only good for just like muscle support, but also like tendon support and like just deep healing. So like if you pull a muscle, or like with Abby, like my youngest has scoliosis, and so we work on her lower back. Like, we see a chiropractor, and we use Valor, and we use Pan Away, and it has wintergreen in it. Wintergreen's amazing for that too, and so we'll apply wintergreen to her lower back. But yeah, Pan Away is one that you use for all the things. And a lot of people will mix this with a carrier just to kind of spread it out more. So you can do that. You can do that as well.
Mm-hmm. Trying to make it like a massage. Type. Yeah, great for menstrual cramps, any type of those. It just, when you learn about taking copious amounts of Tylenol and Advil and all those things that we grew up taking, and what that does to your, our liver, and it's awesome to have another option that is effective.
Yes.
And
okay, onto the secret kit. Okay, so I know Heather showed you, but I don't know if she really showed you the secret compartment. So I don't want to, but like, you literally have to, you have to pull this out. Okay, so it looks like that, and you pull the tab like this, and then you have all these goodies underneath. Okay, so make sure that whenever you have the kit, or if you've shared your member number with somebody and they get a kit, make sure they know about the secret compartment because a lot of people literally don't know about it, because there's 2 amazing oils in here.
Yeah, and we have 2 more in the kit too.
Yeah. Oh, what have we not done yet? Frank
and lavender.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, you're good.
Okay, you want to do Frank?
Yes. So the question that everybody gets, what's your favorite oil if you could choose just one? Mine would probably be frankincense.
Yep.
You can just use it for just about anything. I mean, it's super great for skin. It's super great for emotions. Of course, this is one we all like to apply to our foreheads. You have emotional points like Nikki's doing. There's emotional points all around your ears. So applying to your ears, it's great for respiratory support. I have 4 boys, so we do have tendencies to have some head trauma with like lightsabers and Legos that, so, and with babies, when they fall and they get the goose egg. I mean, I'm super like paranoid. So it's only happened a few times with having 6, but just the night and day that doesn't bruise, it's not left over, and the pain goes away so quickly. I mean, even like when we deal with, like, I know I've hurt myself. I've, sprained my foot really bad. I've burnt myself really bad. I've cut my knee and had to go get stitches. And just using those oils, I know, I mean, it's so helpful with pain relief.
Yeah.
So to have something that we can use to help our children with bumps and bruises and scrapes and things like that, where we're not having to pump their little bodies full of the, children's Tylenol, all of that stuff too. So frankincense is something that we have all the time.
And one thing that I was just going to say is the last 3 months have been a busy season for me. And I have been loving putting about 2 drops under my tongue before I go to bed. And then I do about like 3 to 5 drops right on the top of my head. And then I just rub it in. And I'm not even kidding. Like I lay down, I start to read, and I just fall asleep. And for me, like usually it takes me a while to fall asleep because I'm just a thinker, and it just helps to like shut things down. Like it's like my body says, okay, I'm tired, and my brain's able to just relax.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know somebody that just has trouble shutting things down, try the Frank under the tongue and then on the top of the head.
Yeah, it's our anointing oil for sure. We love to use that. Okay, lavender is the next one. Lavender we like to use for, this was another really great one with, in our process once we started moving outside of just using peppermint, when we got more educated on oils. But it's actually a natural, kind of antihistamine. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of what replaced the chronic uses of Benadryl and Singulair and Nasonex that we all used daily.
Yep.
And so for us, just tipping the bottle over and rubbing on the inside of the cheek or putting a drop under the tongue. And then also, like Nikki talked about, the capsule, using it in capsules as well. So it's great for sleep. It's amazing for little kids and babies, just applying on the chest and then putting their onesie on, putting on their feet, making a little spray, putting it on your pillow, using it on your dryer wool balls instead of using dryer sheets in the dryer. It's just, it's also called the Swiss Army knife of essential oils, because you could also, like Frank, use it for a lot of things.
When in doubt, grab lavender and Frank.
Yes.
Okay.
You want to go over the secrets?
Yes. Okay. So in your kit, in the little secret container area, there's Peace and Calming and Stress Away. And I'm just going to show you guys how to use the roller ball. So Peace and Calming is one that I carry in my purse. You put it on like I would perfume. And it just helps to like calm everybody down and put it on the kids. It's great. So you just take off this little orifice. Okay. This is to put on the roller very carefully. Take off that so it's wide open. And then you grab the roller and you put that right on top. And then you grab the black lid that comes with it. You have to use the black lid. And sometimes you'll be able to hear a pop, sometimes not. And you just check it, right? And then you just roll it. And I love this. It's like so wonderful. And the Young Living roller balls are awesome because they have this patent where they made it so that it like holds the oils in it. So even if you're doing it sideways, you're still getting a lot of oil that comes out. Because if you get oil, like if you get roller balls online, like from Amazon, which is totally fine if you want to get a roller ball from there, I've noticed that a very small amount comes out and it bugs me because I want more oil. And so these are the best. And they're stainless steel, so you can reuse them. So to take it off, you just use the black cap and you pop it off sideways. And then you just grab the orifice reducer again, because sometimes you might want to diffuse it and you have to be able to do drops, and then you're good to go again. So yeah, Peace and Calming, it's a fantastic one to diffuse at nighttime whenever you are working on trying to get the kiddos to bed. Great emotional point, again, like what Heather said, was rubbing the ears with Peace and Calming. Great for babies also. And then a similar one is Stress Away. Okay. So Stress Away is one that I would keep at my desk at work. And it's one that I just would apply when I can feel my breathing coming up in my chest and my shoulders coming up by my ears. It's like, right? Yeah. And so just put some drops on. I hold my stress in my shoulders. And so I will apply the Stress Away over my shoulders. I will do a drop on my head. I will rub my ears. I will take some breaths in, and it just helps to decompress. So, and Stress Away is also great to diffuse. Anything else you want to add with those?
No, it's great. Okay. I love Stress Away.
Yeah, they're both awesome. Do we want to go over, did we cover all the things in the kit? I was going to go over the product guide a little bit.
Sure.
Okay, so 2 things that come in the kit are the product guide. Heather's got the new one, but it's just a different cover, yes. But the first couple ones, like when you get it, make sure you look through. You can see that we have Global Farms, which is so different than any other company. Heather's been to many of them. I have been to a good amount of them. And they're all open door policy. And so you can literally go and see how the oils are distilled. You can talk to the farmers. You can see how there's no pesticides or chemicals. We have something called Seed to Seal, which if you go to seedtoseal.com, you can see what that's all about. Basically, it's from the time the seed is sourced until the time the oil is put into the bottle. There are tons of different checkpoints and testing that is done to make sure that it is totally safe and wonderful for your family. And if something never ever doesn't pass the test, then Young Living will not bottle it. So I love walking through that. It talks about the Seed to Seal right here, and then it shows pictures of our farms. They are real. They are really real, and you can actually go there and smell the smells and smell the oils. We have a foundation where 100% of the money goes to the different foundations. Young Living covers all of the upfront operational costs. It's amazing. And that just really shows the heart of the company for me. And then it just talks about what are essential oils, how to use them. The thing that I love is Young Living is a lifestyle company. So I know Heather and I really just talked about oils, but just like what she talked about with Ningxia Red, and we use different supplements and the Thieves line for like household cleaners. We are a lifestyle company. So it's not just about slapping an oil on it and calling it good. And we really go to like, what is the root cause of what's going on? And so this goes through all the different products that we have. But don't get overwhelmed. That's why there's a starter kit. It's like you start with this and you work with this and then slowly just start branching out.
Yeah, and there's also another thing that comes with your kit called the Young Living Lifestyle, and it just goes over, just incorporating, why not use Young Living's products versus going to Target and trying to buy non-toxic from them. So,
yep.
And then also our Essential Oil magazine, which is really new, and we're just loving it. So there's recipes and ideas, DIYs, just different ways to, like all the Zen stuff. So it's a super neat magazine as well. And that is what comes with your kit.
Yes. So when you get started, if you're brand new, when you get started, you get a member number. And basically that is just like any other thing where if you have a friend or family that is wanting to get the oils, you can just give them your member number or your referral link, which the person that signed you up can show you how to just be able to text somebody your referral link. And then they would get a starter kit and you would get a thank you check from Young Living. So anytime that you share your member number and they get a starter kit, you get a $50 thank you check from Young Living. It's just Young Living saying thank you so much for sharing about our oils. So it's a really great way to get your oils paid for, because when I first got started, and Heather, I know Heather's in the same boat, we did not have extra money. like we did not have any extra money. And so the fact that Young Living has this referral program is what allowed us to keep going. And it's what allowed us to get Ningxia Red in our home, and Sulfurzyme, and multi-greens, and Mighty Zymes, and all these things that have made such a huge impact in our family, and just to keep our oils coming in our home. So I love that.
Yeah, for sure. And if any of you guys are, if you think you want to do that, if you want to even host something like this, where, I know for me, it was just natural. I just started telling everybody about the oils because I knew I couldn't be the only one that was dealing with a sick child. And so for me, it was natural to just tell everybody and, try to, and by nature, I love teaching. And so I wanted to teach people how to use them, what to do with them, and all those things. So it's just a really great way to, you're helping other mamas and other people, empower them to get, take more in charge of their health and their families, and then getting your oils paid for as well. So Nikki and I know your leader, we're always more than happy to do a class or host something with you for your friends and family, because we just love doing it. So don't hesitate to ask.
Yep. So that's the starter kit. And I just would encourage you guys to put your oils out where you're going to use them every day. Keeping them in this kit and in a closet, you are not going to remember. So put your lavender, lemon, and peppermint in your kitchen, because it's spring. And put your frankincense and your panaway, and maybe your lavender also, by your bed, and then put the thieves up near, wherever you're putting your kiddos to bed, because you want to put thieves on their feet every night and diffuse, put that diffuser in whoever's room needs it the most. That's what we did in the beginning. And then you can slowly get more diffusers, but put them out where you're going to use them. And then you'll really start to kind of see how well they work.
Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Yes. Thank you guys for taking your time out. We really appreciate it, and hope you guys got some good tips, and we will just be here for you during your journey, and we'll see you next time.
That's right. All right. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.